be in 1995 where it was T.L. Hopper and the Goon and all those. Everybody had a ridiculous gimmick. It was just like Hustle was designed to be that, just 10 times crazier and goofier. And it was interesting because when I first started with Hustle, it was the Japanese fans they kind of shunned it, where it was like, hey, what are they doing? They're disrespecting pro wrestling and whatnot. And then, as time went on, a few months later, everybody started to get with the joke, and they started to laugh with it rather than laugh at it. And I remember the year that I was there in 2005, we were selling out Cork and Hall for every house show. Every pay-per-view was sold out. We ran big shows in Yokohama Arena and stuff like that. It took off. It was a really cool thing at the time.
Well, and I think it's probably still. I haven't seen it in a while, but I think it's probably still cool. They have Tajiri, but they also had. It's hard to laugh at a company when they take like real MMA stars and turn them into these bigger than life characters. I mean, they got Noyo Ogawa, Monster Takada is Nobuhiko Takada. He fought Hickson Gracie, for fuck's sake. Yeah. They got They brought in Mark Coleman and Kevin Randleman. They brought in Kokrat. They had all kinds of like MMA guys that cross over and go into there. It's hard to laugh at it when they got guys like, they're good, and then they have like those Power Ranger characters that are fucking awesome. Like the Red Power Ranger is one of the best guys I've ever seen in my life. Well,
Hustle actually closed down last year. It's not around anymore. But the reason all the shoot fighters were there was Pride owned Hustle, so Pride would try, And I remember, we were actually like, the real wrestlers, and they'd bring in, the shoot fighters and stuff. And before the shows, we'd have to help Mark Coleman. We'd have to help Randleman, trying to transition them into being pro wrestlers and stuff. But they all loved it. They had a great time with it.
And what do you think when you hear all this? Do you watch MMA or keep up with it at all?
Fairly. I mean, a decent amount. Not like I used to. But back then I was so into it because I was basically living it. Training with the Pride guys and traveling with them and stuff. But now I'm not that into it. But a decent amount, I guess.
But I mean, do you hear all the controversy with Lesnar and people hating his guts and all that stuff?
Yeah, all that, yeah.
I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, do you just go, what the fuck, or do you just like, whatever? Doesn't matter to you,
I just think it's interesting people criticize everything they did and stuff, because I mean that's what I would do in real life. If somebody's talking shit on me for a month and then I fight the guy and I whoop his ass, well, I'm gonna say, hey, look what I just did to you, and all that sportsmanship crap that Dana White and UFC always talk about, but I mean, it contradicts the realism aspect that they're always trying to present on television. It's like, really, if somebody talks shit on me and I whooped his ass, well, I'm gonna gloat on it, and I'm gonna get in his face. What he did is a natural thing that anybody would do in that situation, and it sells tickets most of all.
Well,
definitely.
Don't get all the MMA marks don't get what they're watching. The reason MMA is as big as they are right now is because they've adopted the principles and foundations of pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling, exactly.
And they don't know they're being worked, though. And
right. When it comes to anything along those lines, there is a certain element of work to it, because that's the only way it's going to sell tickets. That's the only way it's going to make money. And if there's no elements of work to it, then there's no way it's going to be as successful as you want it to be, because you have to control things here and there.
Well, yeah, we just watched the Super Bowl, and the pageantry behind that, probably created modern, quote unquote, sports entertainment. You take something as boring as a football game, and you make it huge and a spectacle, and you sell 10 times the tickets.
Exactly.
All right, Violence Jack, hang on, Violence. We got a new segment. It's called 60 Seconds with K. Ross, and we're gonna give him 60 seconds to talk his shit. K. Ross, go.
Okay, 60 seconds. EWF on February 19th. That's Jesse Hernandez promotion, throwing a Haiti contribution in member of Louis Spicoli. Come celebrate El Papi Pineda's promotion. It's got Chuck Palumbo, Jack Evans, Teddy Hart, Extreme Loco, the Mascarita Dorada, Pequeño Perroz, And Octagoncito, year one, Rikishi's fighting the Bastion Bulgarian, and they're actually having a tryout before that, which is pretty cool. The Human Tornado retires! I can't believe it! On to the show. Sick-ass music for Sonjay. He should remix it and sell it to iTunes. Sonjay Dutt on TNA. Cool. I'll help spread the rumor. Two guys kissing. Sounds like Violence Jack really missed out. Sonjay Dutt has 7 MySpace pages. Can't tell which one's the real one. Congrats on your engagement, Sonjay. An XPW reference. Way to go, Sensei. If Sonjay wants a good fight, how about Sonjay Dutt versus Jack Evans from AAA with Daphne from TNA in his corner in a Lucha Libre environment?
Wow.
Well, what do you think, Sonjay? There you go. What do you think?
That was a jam-packed 60 seconds. That's what I think.
That's what 60 seconds. Well, what do you think about K. Ross's idea of you versus Jack Evans?
As long as it turns out better than last time we wrestled, because last time it was a disaster.
Oh no.
What is he, terrible?
No, Jack had to actually work twice that day, and he worked. He had to wrestle under mask, maybe a match before we went on. So it was a cluster.
What about
which one is the real MySpace?
What's that?
Which one is the real MySpace?
It's myspace.com/SONJD.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time, man. Congratulations. You know, everybody here in SoCal, we all want to see you in PWG.
Yeah, man. It's been a while since I was there, so hopefully come back, man. I loved it last time.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Thank you, Sensei, so much. I'll catch you on your next show. Always listening.
All right, K. Ross. Well, there he goes again. There goes K. Ross. He's your biggest fan, Violence Jack.
He actually went pretty easy on me this week. I do want to ask Sonjay, because I asked this to lots of people. Now, it's hard to describe to my question's twofold. In America, wrestling fans, it's hard to explain to other people that, no, I'm not like those other fans. I'm one of the cool ones. And then that carries no weight. You know what I mean? Like we're all, I mean, for better or worse, everyone's going to consider us just inbred Hoosier, stupid motherfuckers and rednecks.
Sure.
What have you. And that's, I mean, that's part of the reason why the pro wrestling form works, why you can, sell it to them, because they don't know what they're saying. So when you get to Japan, what is the difference between the Japanese fans? I mean, are they the equivalent of, like backwoods, just fucking...
No, not at all. Not at all. It's completely night and day over there, whereas over there, I mean, it's sophisticated, affluent men and women that are coming to these shows. People are, if you watch, people in the first 4 or 5 rows always have business suits on and whatnot, and people get off work and come to the show, and it's treated completely different. Where here we know that it's fake and we know it's bullshit, whereas there it is just another form of fighting. There's a big fighting culture in the country, whether it be mixed martial arts, karate, jiu-jitsu, what have you, but pro wrestling just falls under that banner of just another form of fighting, and that's how they see it, and that's how they treat it. They treat it as a real fight, a real sport, and a real athletic event, whereas here it's just bullshit.
Have you seen... Oh, go ahead, Vice Jack. I'm sorry. I'll let you go, Vice Jack. I don't want to bogart this one because I know this is your favorite guy of all time, so I want to let you go. I'll shut the fuck up. Go, Vice Jack. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to say the history of St. Louis pro wrestling for years and years and years, the early wrestling at the Chases, before they moved to
Sure.
a TV studio, they were done in a ballroom, and everybody that was there was in...
Right, it was kind of similar.
And, since, I'd say at least 83 on up, it's just, it's hard to explain to people that, I'm one of the cool fans. Since they can attest to it, I'm pretty fucking awesome. And, you hate being around wrestling fans? I mean, you have to sign autographs and be around, people that are just...
No, it's just, wrestling is... I love wrestling. We all love wrestling, and we're all kind of nerds because we watch this crap, but, I mean... I don't want to hate wrestling fans. I think wrestling fans, I'm a wrestling fan, so I'd be hating myself. But there comes a time where you just don't want to talk about wrestling. There's a whole handful of other things in life that we can talk about other than wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I want to do tonight. For fuck's sake, God damn it!
Go ahead.
I want to talk
Go
about.
ahead.
I want to talk about what K. Ross was asking you about with Daphne. What about Daphne? She's smoking, huh? I think.
Yeah.
You like that?
I do
like
actually. I do. Kind of. Yeah, it's grown on me.
Yeah, I love